Mm.
Hello, hello. How is everybody doing?
Mm.
Pretty girls?
Pretty girls all day.
Wow, what a magical voice.
Dia. Ako lang light sa full sa lumang jam sa.
Shikalaka malaka shakalaka.
Hi everyone.
Hi, good evening, sir.
Good evening,
Good
sir.
evening. Good evening everyone. Good evening,
Good evening,
Vito,
sir.
everything. How are you all?
Fine, sir. How about you?
Doing great. How about you, sir?
Long time no see, Vito. I'm also doing very good. And
Yes,
yes, everyone.
same. Long time no see.
Yes. Hope everyone is doing good.
Yes, sir. We're doing pretty good.
Great, great. Okay, shall we start off? Someone has a question or what? Ravenclaw. All right.
Sir, please start.
All right. I'm starting. Thank you all for joining in. Even for Ravenclaw, sir, please tell Vito on his camera once. Vito, do you want to switch on your camera once? I think the ladies here wants to see you. Vito has gone silent. Chalo, let's start off. Okay.
Sir, I had only mouth.
You?
I had only mouth.
What is the meaning of that? I don't understand. You had only mouth?
No, in the comment section.
Wait, let me see the comment section. He ate only mouth. Show yourself too. Leave it. Now, everyone, let's focus on our class. All right. Do not spam the chat now. I hear that some people, they get the notifications time and again, and it is quite, irritating or annoying at times. So please do not spam the chat unnecessarily. And we will, if it is anything of importance, any question you have from previous class also or so, we will try to do a recap and you can ask your questions, either be it in the chat or you can unmute yourself and ask. But now let's start off. I just want to share this story with us all. This is the story. This is basically the conversation between a father and a daughter. And it is about the story of the potatoes, eggs, and coffee. And I believe that it will motivate us all. So the daughter, one quiet evening, she said to her dad, "I'm tired. Life is too hard. I want to give up." So this is what the daughter said to her father. So the father was a chef. He said nothing initially, and he just walked to the kitchen. All right. And after he went to the kitchen, he boiled water in 3 pots, dropped the potato in one, an egg in another, and coffee beans in the third. And he waited for 20 minutes, okay, for these 3 items to be boiled, and there was complete silence. There was no advice, just water and fire. Then he placed them in bowls. "Now tell me what you see," asked the father. Okay. The daughter replied, "Potato, egg, and coffee." Now the father said, "This potato was once tough. Now it's soft and weak. This egg looked very fragile, but now it's hardened inside. The coffee beans, they changed the water itself. They didn't just survive, they transformed it. So who are you, he asked her. When life boils you, do you break down, harden, or bring change? You can melt like a potato, harden like an egg, or rise like coffee, turning pain into purpose. So hardship doesn't define your response. Hardship doesn't define you, your response does. You can collapse, you can close off, or you can release something beautiful. So I believe this is very appropriate for us, especially during our journey, during our preparation for our exams. We face a lot of uncertainties. We go through a lot of hardships at times, and sometimes we might lose hope. We might, want to give up. But just like the three items, different items, we should be like the coffee, that rises beyond our pain, right? For our ultimate purpose or goal. So from this, I just wanted to encourage for us to be consistent, to persevere, and to carry on and carry forth. All right. So in our previous class, we have talked about the ENSO. What is the full form of it? ENSO, anybody? Vito, you have gone silent. You cannot answer it.
Southern Oscillation.
I think someone's voice was big. It stands for
International.
El Nino Southern Oscillations, right? Okay, so I have a few questions here for us all. So if this is the Australian coast and we have the Peru here and we have the Pacific Ocean here. So what will be the phenomena if, okay, I'm just simply asking you regarding El Nino and La Nina. Okay, so what will be the phenomena if the Western Pacific Pool that we call it, this is warm water, and the Eastern Pacific Pool or the Peruvian coast, this is cold. So this one will be low pressure and this one will be high pressure. So what will be this phenomena? Will it be El Nino or La Nina? Did you revise? Will it be El Nino or La Nina? If the western side of the Pacific Ocean is cold.
El Nino.
El
La
Nino?
Nina.
Yes, correct. It will be La Nina condition. Okay, in order to just know the difference between El Nino or La Nina, what we need to understand is that in La Nina conditions, okay, basically what happens is in the Pacific Ocean, the western side of the Pacific Ocean or the eastern Australian coast will be low pressure zone because the warm water has gone towards this side. Okay, and this is a La Nina condition. And in a low pressure zone, does the air rise or does it sink? Will there be rising of air or sinking of air?
No idea.
Rising.
Rising of air. Vito, you should revise your classes. If you do not revise, it will not be helpful at all for you. See, rising of air in a low pressure zone. Low pressure zones are always marked by rising of air. And from the high and here, from the high pressure zone, air will continue here. Air will go towards the low pressure zone. And air always sinks in a high pressure zone. And see, it will just circulate like this. This is the circulation of air. All right, and this cell is known as a, what do we call it? This is a cell and we call it?
Cell.
Yes, Walker cell.
Walker
Is this,
cell.
yes, is this a normal Walker cell or is it a reverse Walker cell?
I think it's
It is a normal Walker cell. So what are we witnessing? In a La Nina condition, we are witnessing a normal Walker cell. And so if this is a low pressure zone, Australian site or low pressure zone asikwele, there will be very high rainfall here because air, when it rises, it condenses to form clouds, right? And once it condenses, there will be rainfall out here. So these coastal regions will witness flooding, right? The Eastern Australian coastal regions will witness flooding, and Eastern Pacific, or we can say Peruvian coast, this region will will witness what? High pressure zone, no rainfall, right? So this will witness drought-like conditions. And this La Nina, my question is this: is La Nina good for Indian monsoon or bad for Indian monsoon?
Good.
Huh?
Bad for Indian monsoon.
No,
Bad.
you are wrong. It is wrong.
Good.
La Nina is good for Indian monsoon, okay? Because what will La Nina do? La Nina will basically, if we go to our previous discussions, okay, during a La Nina condition, please, you guys need to, revise your classes, okay? Because this is all about conceptual understanding. And once, if you do not revise your notes or anything else, you will not, it will just be a waste of your time. I'm telling you that because you might understand in the class, but if you do not revise it, it will not be helpful at all. So see, I'm taking extra time to just make sure that we get the basic understanding, right? At least few of us. This is a low pressure zone. We are talking about La Nina. Low pressure, why low pressure? Because temperature is hot here. And this is a high pressure zone. We have a Walker cell here. Here. This is the Walker cell. And this is rain here. We have mascarene high here. Mascarene high. And then this air, it comes and sinks here, right? And from here, further, this is high pressure zone. It goes towards the low pressure zone of the Indian subcontinent. And what happens see, we know that the southwest monsoon is already blowing here. This wind that is coming from here, because since there is low pressure zone here during La Nina condition, and there's sinking of air here during in the mascarene high region, and this is strengthening it is making the southwest monsoon stronger, right? It is strengthening it, making it stronger. And this will imply or signify that there will be more rainfall or better conditions, okay? Better conditions or favorable rainfall in the Indian subcontinent. Okay, I believe we're all clear with that. And La Nina will be good for Indian monsoon. El Nino will be bad for monsoon. Okay, when I'm saying good or bad, I'm just talking about La Nina will bring good rain for Indian monsoon, whereas El Nino will bring drought like, because the rain will be weaker. Okay, can you hear me now? Hello. I just put on my earphones.
This one
Yes,
is
sir.
far much better, sir.
Yes,
Much
It's very
sir.
audible.
Okay. Thank you for your confirmation. Is better, na? Hello.
Yes, far much better, sir.
Great. Thank you, Vito. Now, today we will talk about the IOD, or we call it the IOD. You can also make your notes along with me, okay? As I've told you, if this is your page, just make a portion here. Here you keep this space so that you can write your notes here, extra additional information if you want to, okay? And for this notes, you can prepare here. IOD, what does IOD stand for? Anybody? What do we think IOD is?
I think it's Indian Ocean Dipole.
Great. You were sounding like a robot only, Robocop, because your internet doesn't seem to be good. I hope my voice is not sounding like that. Internet. All right. Now, the IOD stands for Indian Ocean Dipole. Okay, dipole. What does dipole imply? Dipole basically implies this. If this is a battery, all right, a battery or a magnet, it has two poles, right? One is the North Pole and one is the South Pole. We have a dipole here. Or when it comes to a magnet as well, we have a dipole here, two poles, right? And this Indian Ocean dipole is also basically about that, two opposite ends. One will be negative end and one will be the positive end, right? So we are basically talking about two opposite ends here. So Indian Ocean dipole is just like this only. And it is also just changes or shifts in ocean temperature.
just like that of the El Nino and the La Nina conditions in the Pacific Ocean. But this Indian Ocean dipole, it happens in the Indian Ocean. Okay, so if we draw the map like this, okay, this is the Myanmar, Thailand, Southeast Asian side. And we have here just something like this. And we have just, for our own sake, we're going to make it like this. Okay. We know that this is the Indian Ocean. Due to, see, Indian Ocean dipole, when we were talking about ENSO, the El Nino Southern Oscillations, we were talking about oscillations based on sometimes it is warm here, sometimes it is cold here, meaning warm, meaning low pressure, high pressure. So an oscillation means this warm water here became warm here and cold here. So this is an oscillation, right? Going and coming back. And even Indian Ocean dipole is similar to that only. We're talking about this western side of the Indian Ocean, west and east of what? Of the Indian Ocean. And here, sometimes this part is warm, sometimes this part is cold. Sometimes this part is cold, okay? And sometimes this part is warm. So this is the dipole that we are talking about. Indian Ocean dipole has two phases. One is the positive phase, okay? And the other is the negative phase. All right. And we have Indian Ocean is divided into east and west. Okay, when we are talking about east, we are talking about the Indian Ocean near Indonesia. We have Indonesia here, right? Indonesia is here. Near Indonesia and Australia. Okay, the western part of the Indian Ocean, this is near East Africa. Okay, near East Africa. Or we can even say this is here in the Arabian Sea only, right? Arabian Sea. So there is a positive phase and a negative phase, okay, in the Indian Ocean dipole. So we can just simply understand it like this. So we talk about Indian Ocean dipole. It has two two sides, Western Indian Ocean and Eastern Indian Ocean, right? Western Indian Ocean is the east coast. This is the Western Indian Ocean, side of the Western, and this is the Eastern Indian Ocean. So see, two phases, right? I talked to you about two phases. What is those two phases? One is the negative and one is the positive phase. So let's first suppose this is near Africa and this is near what? Australia, Australia. Okay. So if the site here near Australia, if this region, okay, if this region is warm, okay, this region will be cold, okay? So in this context, in this condition, we have Eastern Indian Ocean, or we call it the near Australian side. This side is warm. And this is cold. So in this context, in this scenario, what do we call it? This scenario, we call it this is a negative, okay, Indian Ocean dipole. Okay, if this side of the Indian Ocean, okay, if the western side of the Indian Ocean, or if there is cold air, okay, if there is cold region, cold currents, or so we can say, if this region is cold near the African coast, we call this a negative IOD, a negative Indian Ocean dipole. Now, in the other context, if the Western Indian Ocean, if this side is warm, okay, and if this side is cold, this is the scenario of a positive IOD. Okay. Positive IOD is when it occurs when, wait, this is a very nice diagram that I am just discovering right now, okay? See, positive IOD is happening when the western side of the Indian Ocean is warm. Okay, and the eastern side is cold. See, can you understand this, guys? Everyone?
Yes, sir.
See, very simple, right? People understand about rocket science. This is very simple to understand. You don't have to stress your mind. This is as simple as it gets. Even if you go to any YouTube videos, it won't get simpler than this, okay? So this is it. So my question right now, if, all right, if, this is a repetition only, if this region, we call it the western side of the Indian Ocean, if this is warm, this one will be cold. What is this phenomena called? Is it a positive IOD or is it a negative IOD? Question.
Positive.
Huh?
Positive IOD.
Positive IOD. Exactly that. So I want to ask you another question. If this region, okay, if this region, I'm talking about water, okay, Bunny, water. This is warm, right? Do you think warm water or warm regions above water body or above the oceans, right? Do you think warm water or warm atmospheric conditions will hold more moisture or less moisture? Okay, warm associated with more moisture or less moisture? Tell me.
More moisture.
Correct. Warm, if this ocean region is warm, okay, it means that there will be more evaporation. Okay, evaporation, right? And this means that there will be more moisture in this air mass, in this region. Correct? Everyone get it?
Yes, sir.
Yes or no? Correct. So what is
Yes, sir.
happening
Yes.
here? Okay. We have the southwest monsoon that is coming here, right? The southwest monsoon. What will happen here? This monsoon winds, okay, this winds will pick up the moisture, yes or no? Since this is warm, there will be more moisture here. It will pick up the moisture. So there will be less rainfall or more rainfall here in this region. Tell me.
More.
More.
More rainfall because the wind itself, the air is carrying more. So IOD, if it is a positive IOD, is it good or bad for India?
Bad.
Great. Vito, are you understanding or not? Why are you saying the opposite?
Last time let's show the recording as well.
Acha, but then just based on what I'm explaining now, do you understand this? It is simple, like with nothing related, acha, too much related to last time. See, it is that only if, when I'm talking about good, okay, I'm just simply implying about good rainfall, meaning pani to kiriyaze because of this. So when this region, during positive IOD, what are we witnessing? The western side of the Indian Ocean, okay, this western Indian Ocean is warm. During positive IOD, western Indian Ocean is warm. Okay, and when this side is warm, this side will be obviously cold. Southwest monsoon is coming like this, and warm regions above above the ocean implies that there is more moisture here. Moisture content is very high, and when the southwest monsoon is coming, it is picking up this moisture and it is shedding this moisture. Okay, getting this moisture here in the Indian subcontinent, and this implies that a positive IOD is good for Indian monsoon. Okay, Vito, you get it?
Yes, thank you, sir.
Yes, great. Now the next question is if okay, if the conditions are reversed, if this is cold and if this is warm, do you think, and this we know, we consider this as a negative IOD. Here we see cold here. Cold regions equals less moisture. Why less moisture? Because less evaporation. Evaporation. Now also the southwest monsoon is coming here and it is passing through cold atmospheric conditions, which is dry, right? Less moisture, cold regions, implying that this is dry air. Do you think the moisture, the rain will be good here or bad? This is a negative IOD. So negative IOD will be good or bad for Indian monsoon.
Bad.
Exactly that. See. So what are we saying here? A positive IOD implies goodness for India. And positive IOD, what is positive IOD? African side though, this should be warm during a positive Indian Ocean dipole. During a negative IOD, we have here, which will be Indian side, this Indian Ocean, western part of the Indian Ocean is cold. So a negative IOD implies bad monsoon, meaning that there will be less or unfavorable rainfall. Okay, now here, I want to go further here and help us understand certain things. Suppose, okay, I want you all to, simply understand this very simply. I'm going to draw it like this. Wait, let me make it better. Let me use black color. In our previous discussion, everything will be connected, okay? Geography is a subject that is very connected. If you have not been focused, if you have missed out on certain topics from our previous classes, it will be very difficult for you to catch up further as well, okay? So geography is very important. Suppose this is the Pacific Ocean. This is the Pacific Ocean. And this is Indian Ocean, okay? Suppose we have India here. India is here, okay? And this region, this is Australia. Okay. And this is Africa. And this is Peru. Now, if this is warm, or just say, let me consider another situation. Warm though it will be very easy for us to know. Suppose this is cold. Okay, this region is cold. This cold region, if this is cold, will it be a high pressure zone or a low pressure zone?
High pressure zone.
Yes, high pressure. Now this is then this region is warm, for example. This will be low pressure. Is this condition in the Pacific Ocean? If this side, Australian side is high pressure and this Peruvian side is low pressure, what is this? Is this El Nino or La Nina? Exactly. This is El Nino. Is El Nino good for India or bad for India? If there is El Nino here, will the rainfall be good or bad in India? Bad rainfall. Very good. Bad rainfall because air is sinking here. The Walker cell is reversed. Okay. This implies a bad Indian monsoon. Okay. Now, suppose if the El Nino is here, it means that kaya Indian monsoon do hoishe. Pani to piya kiri bole ase. But another miracle happens. Now here, this side, this region becomes warm, low pressure zone. And this region, the Pacific, the Australian side, it becomes high pressure zone, cold. Is this phenomena positive or negative IOD?
Positive.
This is a positive IOD. When Australian side of the Indian Ocean is warm, okay, this is a positive IOD. So, see, this is the simple fact. If there is an El Nino condition in the Pacific Ocean, but if there is El Nino in the Pacific Ocean, for example, but then there is a positive, if there is El Nino, it implies that the rainfall in India would have been bad. But But we see that there is a positive IOD in Indian Ocean. So it will simply imply that there will not be bad weather conditions. The effects, the negative effects of the El Nino has been cancelled by the positive effects of the Indian Ocean dipole. So positive IOD plus El Nino is equal to neutral monsoon. Okay? This is it. So this will be normal only. Normal monsoon will be there. It will not be, it means that the badness of something has been outweighed by goodness of something. So this is how sometimes things are moderated, okay? Now, this actually has happened in India for a quite number of times, especially in 1997 to 98. Okay, there was very strong El Nino during this year, 1997 to 98. The El Nino was very strong, and weather predictions were such that the Indian continent will witness drought conditions because El Nino is associated with drought conditions in Indian subcontinent. Okay, but then there was the occurrence of a strong positive Indian Ocean dipole as well. And this led to the monsoon be simply normal. Okay. Now here, suppose we see the reverse conditions. Hey, these two are like a relationship, like a couple only, right? Wait. Suppose here in these conditions, we see that this region is warm, meaning that it is a low pressure zone, and this region is cold, implying that this is a high pressure zone. So what will happen here? This is what condition is this? La Nina, right? La Nina. So this is a La Nina condition, and La Nina, as we all know, it is good for India. But we see that even though there is a La Nina condition here, we see that there is a negative Indian Ocean dipole, meaning that this side is cold and this side is warm. Okay, and this will outweigh the conditions, La Nina conditions, and the rain will be simply normal again. Okay, so this is very important. So if there is La Nina, but still there is a negative Indian Ocean dipole, the rainfall will not be that favorable. The goodness of the La Nina has been cancelled out by the badness of the Indian Ocean region. Okay, so this is a bad phenomena, and there will be just normal monsoon or even less monsoon because of the Indian Ocean dipole, even though there is a La Nina condition here, which is supposed to be good for Indian monsoon. All right, so this phenomena is something we will witness. I hope everyone is clear with that. Any questions? You have understood about the La Nina with positive IOD? Oh, it will be even more favorable. Just imagine, La Nina is considered to, make Indian rainfall very strong. So with positive IOD again, it will be double only. Just simple logic, right? So even doing your MCQ, okay, in your exams, it's simply based on this, a little common sense. You need to have a concept and you need to use a little common sense as well. But even for you to use your common sense, you have to be clear with your concept. Flood in Dimapur. Correct. There will be flood in Dimapur. The duration of the monsoon decrease from southern India to northern India, and annual rainfall in the northeast plains of India decreases from east to west. Oh, yes, correct. And I will talk about this as well. We are talking about physical aspects. I'm touching portions on physical geography as well. I will talk about the variations in Indian monsoon, variations in Indian rainfall. I'll talk about the ISO height line, okay, which separates different rainfall patterns in India. Any questions? If you want to unmute yourself, sir, any idea why this? Yes, very good question. I will tell you about this, why monsoon has arrived early. I have it, no PDF here actually, because materials are plentifully available, right? So I'm just explaining to you, bringing everything together and explaining to you. So this is it. And after you study this, pick up any geography book and read. I believe you will be able to understand well. I'm also referring to a lot of books for our class, okay? Referring to a lot of YouTube videos as well. So many YouTube videos are also giving us false, fake information. They just, they just tell us the surface, or some facts are also wrong. So I have to cross-check it, do all these things, break it down, and help all of us understand. This is a good question. I will talk about this. Anybody? Any more questions? Vito? Vito has gone very silent. Vito is here. Or Vito has gone.
Yes, sir.
Oh. It becomes concerning if you are so silent as well.
Yes. Because
Hello.
I'm feeling sleep.
Yeah, bro. So kindly suggest book for geography. For geography, see, for physical geography, refer to your NCERT. Okay. And Tarun Goyal is also a good source. Okay, NCERT class 11 textbook for both physical and Indian geography. Read it. And Tarun Goyal. That is mostly one-liners or so, like a GK perspective. So with that also you will get information. Or like for other factual components as well. Even Lucent can be fine. Yeah. Any more questions?
Sir,
Yes.
geography and CRT class how
Uh-huh.
from how much to how much in
If
CRT?
Acha, Vito, have you studied geography in your college?
No.
So you have studied geography only till class 10.
Yes.
Same with me as well. So if you can, you just try class 11 NCERT for both Indian and physical will be enough. You just try picking it up and you try reading it. If you can understand it, go ahead with it. But if you cannot understand it, try to go back from class 8. Study from class 8. So because the language will be easier, simpler. But
Okay.
it's just that more facts will be there. It will be a bit advanced.
Yes. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, most welcome. What? Yes, Tarun Koyal, this one. Very nice, yeah. GZ King. NPSC this year, human geography important. No. See, GC Leong, if you're preparing for UPSC, I have read GC Leong. Okay, I'm bringing so many information here. I am somewhat like dissecting it and filtering it and bringing. I've read in GC Leong, but from NPSC, self NPSC perspective, you don't have to go to GC Leong. Just NCRTs and your Tarun Goyal and Lucent will be fine. Arihant, I don't know about Arihant. I haven't read Arihant. Yeah, so Tarun Goyal, you can refer to Tarun Goyal. Oopsie. All right, so we will move on. Everyone clear? See, we're talking so many aspects about physical geography as well, okay? So by the time you read your physical geography, it'll be so easy for you because all these pressure systems and all you will already have understood, right? About the ITCC, everything you will have understood. So sometimes it's good to give the tough parts in the starting phase than to, give the easy ones and make it tougher because by the end of the class you will think that geography to pichitan lagi siya. But if I'm giving you tough portions right now and you are also studying, working hard along with me, by the end of it, you will find that geography has been very simple. All right, now we will talk about the Madden-Julian oscillation. Madden-Julian, MJO, you will in news, you will sometimes find it as MJO only, okay? Madden-Julian oscillations. Here, even the word itself is oscillations, right? So this was basically discovered in the 1970s by Madden and Julian. Okay, Roland Madden and Paul Julian. Okay, in the 1970s, and they were basically studying about the tropical winds and pressure. Okay, when I'm talking about tropical winds are those winds which blow 23.5 degree north, 23.5 degrees south, which blows in these tropical regions, right? Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn, right? In these regions. So Madden-Julian oscillations, this was discovered by Roland Madden and Paul Julian in the 1970s when they were studying tropical winds. So from here itself, we will understand that this Madden-Julian oscillations is a phenomena, a climatic, atmospheric weather phenomena that is occurring in the tropical region. Okay? Okay. And this is also known as intra-seasonal oscillation. Sorry, not oscillation, okay? It's oscillation. Or it is also known as 30 to 60 days oscillation. Okay? So here, let's discuss about this. Just the base is that very interesting phenomena, and this also affects what do we say? This also affects the Indian monsoon. Okay? So when we will be discussing, the question about a person here understood has asked this question. Where do we have the question? Any idea why this year monsoon arrived early? This will be the phenomena, okay? This will be the phenomena which will explain why monsoon has arrived this early this year. So this Madden-Julian oscillation, as I mentioned, it is actually a MJO. This is a large scale, we can say weather pattern or atmospheric pattern or climatic pattern, right? Which moves across the tropical regions, basically the tropical regions, which is near the equator, right? And they move from west to east, okay? Madden-Julian oscillation moves from west to east in the tropical regions. All right, and this is like a wave, okay? Or we also call it a wave-like feature or wave-like. At the end of it, you will have understood it. Do not worry. Wave or pulse is what we can call it. A wave of what? A wave of rain, heavy rain, we can say. Heavy rain, storms, and rising air. Okay? And this is like a weather wave only here. This waves, okay? This waves, it is associated by rain, storms, rising air, okay? It can be like a pulse also associated with heavy rain, storms, and rising air, okay? And this is like a weather wave that goes around the earth from west to east, okay? Every 30 to 60 days. And this was discovered by Roland Madden and Paul Julian. So this pulse that we're talking about, a pulse or a wave, so here, even the Madden-Julian oscillation has two phases, PHASES, two phases, okay? One is the active phase, or we call it the wait phase. And one is the passive, or you can say the suppressed phase. Suppressed phase. So this active phase, it is associated with a lot of clouds, like clouds are there. This is associated with heavy rainfall. Okay, active phase is always associated with heavy rainfall, with lots of clouds, and warm air is rising. Warm air rising. Right, we call it convection, right? Rising of warm air. And there is high moisture content here. All right, and the next one is the suppressed phase. SUPPREST. Suppressed, or we even call it the dry phase. So here, what is happening here? There is clear skies because there is no cloud formation, there is no rain, right? There is sinking of air. Sinking of air. And there is what? You can say less rain. So I intentionally did not write here something just so that I can ask you the question here. If this is warm air rising, if this is the phenomena in active phase, will this be low pressure zone or high pressure zone? Warm air rising. What will it signify? Low pressure or high pressure? Low pressure, correct. Sinking of air, low pressure or high pressure? Huh?
Hi.
High pressure.
High
Yes, correct.
pressure.
See, so it is like this. This phase, okay? See the arrow that I'm making here in the wave. So this is like the active phase where it is rising, right? Active phase. And this is like the suppressed phase. Suppressed. This is the active phase, yeah, this rising part, which is associated with clouds, heavy rainfall, warm air is rising, and high moisture. This suppressed phase is associated with all of this. So this Madden-Julian oscillation, it occurs mainly over the Indian Ocean, the Pacific, and the Pacific Ocean. And sometimes candidly, it sometimes comes even in the Atlantic Ocean as well. But it is it has the strongest effect in the tropical belt, okay, from 0 degree to 10 degree in the tropical region only, okay. And this makes a full circle around the Earth's globe, okay. The Madden-Julian oscillation moves like this near the equator. And this makes a full circle, around the globe in about 30 to 60 days, okay. So, see, how does this Madden-Julian oscillation affect Indian monsoon? Now, if I will just make another diagram here, 1.5 hours is a long amount of time, right? When it comes to sitting in front of a TV screen or iPad or a phone and listening, right? Because even reels and all, we can't even watch if it is more than 30 or 15 seconds or so. The attention span that we have, right? It's just, being ruined by this fast food culture, Insta culture, instant, everything should be instant, right? But for those who are able to sit for 1.5 hours, hats off to you. Discipline, it takes discipline. And Vito also, you've been in every class, right? You do not miss any online class. Very nice. And like Vito, only so many people are here sitting silently. See, so if there is the Indian someone is unmuted, please mute yourself. Suppose here, this is the Madden-Julian oscillation, right? That we have here. Suppose this is the Indian subcontinent. We see that the Madden-Julian oscillation, the active phase is in the Indian Ocean region, or it is the active phase of the Madden-Julian oscillation is in the Indian subcontinent. This will imply that there will be good rainfall. But if the suppressed phase, okay, this dry phase is over this Indian Ocean region, okay, suppose it becomes like this, somewhere like this, okay, in the Indian Ocean region. So this will imply that it will be bad. So monsoon rains, they heavily depend on what? We know that monsoon will depend on moisture in the ocean. It will also depend on low pressure zones, meaning rising air currents, and cloud formation as well. Without any cloud formation, there will be no rainfall, right? So if the wet phase or the active phase that we're talking about, all right, is over the Indian Ocean. If this phase is over the Indian Ocean, the word that we will see in MCQs is if the active phase of MJO is over the Indian Ocean, okay, it will imply that there will be a monsoon will arrive early, okay, and there will be increase in rainfall, and also there will be more low pressure systems, right? Or cyclones can also form here. I will talk about the cyclones as well. But then if the MJO is far away, say in the Pacific phases, like in the Pacific Ocean region, so the clouds and the moisture, so my mom came silently towards the room, and it's all right. Chill. So So if the MGO is far away, for example, there's a suppressed phase is there or MGO is far away, so there will be no clouds or moisture, formation here much, right? And there will be dry spells and droughts. So this will imply that there will be less rainfall. So MJO is also responsible for the early onset of monsoon. Okay. So see, what is MJO? So it is a moving pulse or moving wave, right? You can say it is a moving wave or moving pulse or wave of wet and dry weather. Just say weather. And where does it move? It moves around the equator, right? Around near the equator. Okay, from east to west, from west to east, right? And how long does it take for this to complete one movement or one journey around the earth? 30 to 60 days. Okay. And if there is a wet phase of Madden-Julian oscillation, wet phase of Madden-Julian oscillation or active over the Indian Ocean, it will boost monsoon, right? Basically, it will boost monsoon. And if there is a dry phase, okay, what will it do? It will weaken the monsoon. And cause dry spells like Dimapur to Pani Nakiriyo. All right. So how is it useful? The MJO is useful because we can use this by studying the MJO, by understanding the MJO or in what phase it is there. Okay, we will be able to predict the onset of monsoon. When will the monsoon hit? If the positive phase or the wet phase of MJO is over the Indian Ocean, we will say that there will be early onset of monsoon, or we will even say that there will be conditions of favorable rainfall. Okay. So I hope you understand this Madden-Julian oscillations. This is
Excuse me, sir.
yes, please.
This MJ that is contribute bringing of this or how?
Your voice was cracking. Can you clarify it again? Yes, please say it again. Hello, hello.
His voice is creaking.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I mean, the factor that is contributing to early monsoon.
Yes, MJO is also a factor that is contributing to early monsoon. Okay, so when the MJO, and we have two phases of the MJO, right? One is the wet phase, and one is the wet phase, that is the active phase, and one is the suppressed phase. So if the MJO's wet phase of the MJO is over the Indian Ocean, the word that you will see in the news will be over the Indian Ocean. This is what the weather prediction says. Okay, if it is over the Indian Ocean, this will imply that there will be more rainfall as well as early rainfall as well. So one reason, okay, I'm saying one reason why the rainfall has been early in the Indian Ocean region, okay, is also because of MJO. And there are other reasons, but MJO is also one factor, one very important factor why the Indian Ocean why the monsoon has been earlier this year. Because the active MJO is there. You will find it in the news or you will find it in documents, articles, because like that. Clear?
All right. Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah, we can take a break
Yes, sir.
now.
Thank you so much, sir.
All right, let's get back. We will resume our class by 8:05, okay? Yes, the class the class will go until 8:30.
Sir, how many minutes?
8.
Break.
Tell me, Vito, how many minutes do we need? You tell me, Vito.
3 minutes.
8:05, extra 5 minutes. All right. Hello, take off till 8:05. Come back at 8:05, everyone. Vito has veto power.
All right.
From here only, I'll tend to these questions. Yeah, so is human geography important for NPSC? What is human geography? Human geography basically simply studies about human interactions. Why are certain humans occupying certain territories or regions? So exclusively human geography, I don't know. I don't think you should spend too much time discussing or reading human geography, because once you are just studying everything, right, about Indian history, about Indian polity, about certain states, you will just understand human geography, and human geography as in just a particular subject itself. I don't think you should focus much on it. Geography is very interesting. Yes, it is. No book is enough. Yeah, geography. So concept is very important. You can see my screen, right? Guys?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sure. I would like this moment to acknowledge the Wikipedia Foundation for giving us this platform without asking any. Oh, you're most welcome. True. Hi, Akam. I just realized I haven't said hi yet. Even Appen. Oh, regards. Rita Ora. You're here? Even though it's been a few days, it's a surprise. Impossible. I'm sure. Yeah, I'm thinking of taking up economics as well, since you guys are really nice. Appen Salamano. Any people? Oh, acha. Does anyone? Acha. All right, that's nice. Yes. If I can get 10 thumbs up, I think I'll take up economics as well. I've taken up honors in masters in economics. Geography that I've studied only till class 10. And my optional has been economics for UPSC. But I'm thinking of changing it. I'm not getting any thumbs up, so I don't think I should teach economics, right? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, that's so nice. That's so kind of you guys. Maybe after a few more classes of geography, Indian geography, I'll take up Indian economics as well. Yeah, economics is also a very interesting subject. We'll all make it interesting and we will all study together. Yes, people are joining 99 as soon as it hits 100. Okay, so okay, thank you. The thumbs ups are enough. Yes, do we want any more question? Is NCRT enough for UPSC? Not at all. Not at all. Nagaland geography. Nagaland geography, it will be taken up in the Nagaland portion only, I believe. Usually Nagaland geography to Nagaland na portion de sikaida na. But then let's see if your sir hasn't taken up. I will take it up, and yes, sir is actually supposed to take up Nagaland geography. I'll talk with him. If not, sir, if not, who? Ma'am, Miss Limasan also is there. Let's see. Even Nagaland geography is important, but we usually study it in relation to. Will this book be enough? Which book is this? General Studies. For which subject? For every subject. I don't think it will be enough. Try to get your concepts right. Read the NCRTs first. And then after NCRT, what you can do is about computer and everything. About computer and everything. So I don't know for that. Computer के लिए क्या पढ़ना चाहता है? You can refer to for basic level Arihant, I believe it will be enough. For advanced level, Atoka S Choppy is there, I believe. So you can refer to that. Sir Sinap, I'm Sir Sinap, not I'm Akam Sinap, okay? There's no other Sinaps here. Do not worry, it's not gonna be alien. It's gonna be just like your good Friendly neighbor. Certainty, yes. All right, so let us move on. Now we have understood about the Medellin Julian news. Also, you will see about a certain current called Somalia. Actually, NPSC dialog to Anay, but then I'm just going to talk about it because sometimes we never know what can happen, right? What can come or what cannot come. But it is good that it is important for us as learners to get these facts in mind. We have the Somali current as well. Okay, I'm going to talk about the Somali current and how it influences the. I think I will need at least 2 more classes of geography before we start off with economics. Okay, let's talk about Somali current. Okay, because this was also seen in the news. So, for example, if this is the this is Africa. Okay, just for your idea. And this is India, for example. Okay, we have Australia here. Just have a. I hope you have got your maps pasted on your room walls. I don't actually encourage this. Neither did I used to do it during my coaching days. Also, I wouldn't want any maps to be there fixed on my wall or anywhere else because it will just give me anxiety. I'm like, okay, I will look at all those things and it will remind me that I have to study or so. Now it's good to be reminded, but sometimes it will just trigger our anxiety even more. So I want the room to be a space where you just relax and you sleep well. I mean, without seeing anything. Obviously you can study in your room. So what I would do is I would paste it in my library, or I wouldn't keep maps on the walls. But yes, what is important is just sometimes Google Map hota hai na. So open your phones, Google Maps, say you just scroll through Google Map 5 minutes in a day. Okay, just look at the maps of the earth. Or sometimes just one day look at the Indian map, one day look at the world map. Okay, keep doing that 5 minutes in a day. It is like you spend like 30-40 minutes aram say, right? Even if it's just for a quick Instagram stroll. So just 5 minutes or 3 minutes, 3 minutes gravy every single day, 365 days. If you do it, it'll be like 6 3s are 18, more than 1,800 minutes on the world map, right? So it will just help you to understand the world map better. So Somalia, if it is Somali, it is a region here in the Horn of Africa only. So we are talking about Somali current, right? So this Somali current is a strong ocean current, okay? It is an ocean current that flows northward along the coast of Somalia. Okay, Somalia, Somalia. Okay, in the East Africa only, and this flows into the Arabian Sea basically. Okay, see, I think I should not go in depth here. Let me just tell you the phenomena here. It is an ocean current that flows northward. Should I explain it or should I just give you the fact? That is my understanding. Okay, let me just tell you this way. So the Indian Meteorological Department, they also, take an account or they try to understand the Somalia currents and all, okay? So they study how this Somalia current, okay? Or they also, through their studies, they show that when there is a Somalia current, okay, when the Somalia current that is coming from this Somalia region, or you call it Somali current, so when the Somali current is strong, okay, and this is strong due to the southwest monsoon winds, or because of southwest winds, okay, when the Somali current is strong, it simply means that there will be like more rainfall, or monsoon rainfall over India will be very intense or it will be widespread. And if the Somali current that is coming northward, okay, this current, the ocean current that is coming northward from the Somalian coast, if this is weak, okay, it will imply that the monsoon wind in India will be bad. So it is simply like that. Strong Somali, good monsoon. Weak Somali, bad monsoon. So it is also similar to the El Nino or Indian Ocean dipole only, an ocean indicator, which is used to predict the monsoon behavior only, right? So that is it when it comes to Somalia current. In the news, I have seen that Somalia current in an editorial, it acts like the hidden helper. Okay, it was written that this Somali current, it acts as the hidden helper, because when it is strong, it strengthens the southwest monsoon winds, right? And there is rain over India. But when it is weak, it can lead to a very sluggish or even delayed monsoon. So even this Somalia current, it can delay, or it can even lead to the monsoon be faster or earlier, like what has happened here. So here, basically, there are so many reasons, but we talked about the MJO as well and Somali current as well. So here, see, this year, 2025, we have witnessed a very early monsoon, right? The onset of monsoon was early. It actually hit the coast of Kerala by May 24 or so. Usually, the coast of Kerala gets hit by the monsoon wind on the 1st of June, okay? But so it has been earlier. And this was predicted by the IMD only. And it came to pass. And also the weather forecast was that, forecast or prediction was that this monsoon would be above normal monsoon for 2025, which is actually great news for agriculture only. But the strong start that we saw of the monsoon has also sometimes led to devastating effects as well. We will talk about different branches of the monsoon, the Arabian Sea branch and the Bay of Bengal branch. Later on, we're talking about the physical aspects of it, right? So the early onset of monsoon has occurred because of Madden-Julian oscillation, as I've mentioned. It is also because of warmer ocean currents or ocean waters, because the sea surface temperature in the Arabian Sea, okay? And it was said that the sea surface temperature in the Arabian Sea was higher than the Bay of Bengal, sea surface temperature than the Bay of Bengal, okay? And see, and when we are talking about warm moisture or warm sea surface temperature, it implies that there is more moisture, right? And more moisture will basically imply more rainfall. So this was also a factor. And we had the active phase of the MJO over the Indian Ocean. Okay. So because of that also, it has happened. And we will not mention it there, but I want to mention it. Low pressure zones were also there in these regions. And because of that, there has been cyclonic formations leading to the tendency of cyclones being formed. We'll talk about it later. And I do not want to delve too much on it right now because it can get overwhelming right now. I personally wouldn't want to, mix those up. So for now, just remember that. Now, what did I plan on speaking after this? Did I start off with the seasons in India? All right. Do we have any questions relating to this, whatever we have discussed? If not, I will like to start off with the seasons. And now we come to Indian geography, basically Indian geography. Anybody? No. It is not safe to say that because if IMD has actually notified it, you can say it. But if IMD hasn't notified it, should not say it. Because La Nina conditions, IOD, positive IOD, if IMD has notified it, it is safe to say it, okay? Any more questions, anybody? Just as a introduction, I will tell you about the few seasons. What are the 4 seasons usually? When you're talking about seasons, what are the 4 seasons? Goina? Anybody? Please unmute yourself and say it.
Spring, summer, autumn, winter.
Yes,
Winter,
someone has said it.
summer, monsoon, pre-monsoon, post-monsoon.
Oh, how many
Yes,
seasons
that's
do you
true.
have? Spring, summer. Wait, one lady says spring, summer, winter, and what was it?
One beautiful lady said summer, spring, winter,
And autumn, right?
and autumn,
Okay.
and new
And what is your favorite? What is your favorite season? Vito,
Autumn.
what about you?
autumn.
Autumn.
Autumn. Why autumn?
Autumn.
One very good
Because
reason.
It's not very hot. It's not very cold.
Okay,
And
good.
the grass and the leaves of the tree are
Fallen on the
out,
ground.
falling on the ground, and it's so
Hmm.
beautiful.
Are you John Keats? Do you read John Keats? We develop John Keats listeners very deep. So John Keats was also a lover of autumn. What a
Yes, yes.
spring. Anyone? You don't like winter? I like winter. I like warm winter, cozy clothes by the fireplace. Christmas season is there. Winter, nothing beats winter. Spring,
With picacha and gur.
yeah, so nice. Pikacha and Gurdo, even in summers, I take it.
It's
Why just
very
in winter?
best.
Hmm.
Yes.
See, but when it comes to Indian seasons, okay, you cannot say all the seasons. The Indian Meteorological Department, the IMD, classifies Indian monsoon into wait, I will talk about the Indian Meteorological Department in our next in our later classes only. But let's say the Indian Meteorological Department, I'll talk about the IMD in this class only. Okay. So the Indian Meteorological Department classifies the monsoon season into 4 types. Okay. We have the winter season, we have the summer season, we have the rainy season. There is no autumn, spring, anything like that. Okay. And we have the retreating monsoon season. So these are the 4 seasons that the Indian Meteorological Department classifies Indian climate as. Okay, winter season, it is from December to December, January, February. December to February, 3 months. Summer season, it is from March to May. Okay, and rainy season, it is from May, June, July, August, September. So June to September. Okay, and retreating from October to November. Okay. And this one, summer season is also called pre-monsoon. Summer season is not monsoon. Okay. Pre-monsoon. Summer season is called pre-monsoon. Please note this. Rainy season is called the southwest monsoon season, or we call it the monsoon season. Retreating monsoon is known as post-monsoon. Okay. Can we note this? And as per the Indian Meteorological Department, okay, I'll talk about this in our next class, ne? We can suspend our classes here for today
Thank you,
because
sir.
in this only I will be talking about western disturbances. In this only I will be talking about cyclonic formations, and in this only I will be also talking about IMD and its new forecast, new technologies. That is of relevance because IMD is also celebrating 150 years of its anniversary, right? So this also has very important relevance in terms of exam preparation as well. So let us conclude our class here for today, and I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, which weather forecast website do you refer? You can just go and search it online, and you can go to the Indian Meteorological Department IMD official website also, because news channels and all sometimes will give any kind of information as well, right? Oh, so many people have texted here.
I don't know why someone has a problem with me always
No.
in the text.
It's all right. It's all right. They are
It's
just
all right, but
don't take it too seriously, Vito. They're just saying they're
yes,
just commenting it like that. You should be
yes,
the
yes,
way you are, okay?
yes, yes. Thank you, sir.
Sir,
Yes.
excuse
Yeah.
me. Sir, I have a question.
Yes,
So,
please.
in a nutshell, as so far as we have learned, the IOD, MJO, and the Somali jet or the current, they are all,
Somali currents, ocean
Somali current.
currents.
So they are all they are directly affecting I mean, bringing monsoon rainfall to India, right?
Yes, they are directly affecting it.
Okay, so the only thing left is the La Nina Modoki from the Australian part, right?
Yeah,
That is indirect.
I've talked about La Nina Motoki as well. I've
Mhm.
talked about El Nino and La Nina Motoki. I hope you were there in my previous class.
Yes, yes, sir. So it's just that three of them, they are like direct, and the Nina Modoki is indirect, right? Indirectly affecting Indian monsoon.
See, it's actually directly or indirectly, you can't say it. If La Nina, El Nino, Motoki is also affecting Indian Ocean currents, if you're talking about La Nina and El Nino and also Modoki features, they're also directly only affecting Indian climate, right? Because if there is this La Nina, Motoki, Vito, mute yourself. During La
Yes.
Nina Motoki, Australian side, we have low pressure zone, right? So this will imply that there is high rainfall in the Australian side. Also, there will be sinking of air in the Mascarene High, right? Because of La Nina Motoki. And there will be strengthening of the monsoon because from the Mascarene High, there will be, wind will flow or travel from Mascarene High to low pressure zone in the Indian subcontinent because of the existence of La Nina Motoki. Right, so you can't basically categorize La Nina Motoki as indirect and El Nino as direct because all of these are directly or indirectly affecting Indian monsoon only. Just like MJO, IOD, La Nina, El Nino, Motoki, La Nina Motoki, and so on.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much.
Yeah, most welcome. Anybody?
Sir,
Any more?
sir,
Yes.
El Nino brings warm weather, right?
El Nino, it doesn't simply imply warm weather, but El Nino, what is El Nino? El Nino will bring, see, El Nino to iniga buchiwe. El Nino means Australia laga side na high pressure, cold water thakibo. Australia naga side. And when there is cold water, Australian naga side thakibo, it will imply that there is high pressure. High pressure de pani is sinking though. There is no air. Not pani is sinking, air is sinking, right? There is no cloud formation. There is no rainfall here. And when the air is already sinking here, there will not be further sinking of the air in the Mascarene High. So this will lead to dry weather conditions, right, in India. So El Nino, if it is very confusing, sometimes just memorize this. El Nino is bad for India. La Nino is good for India. Pas, itu buju.
Yes, yes, thank you, sir. But
Yeah.
La Nina, in what way it is good for India? I mean,
La, I've been talking
I-
about this from yes.
I got it, but
See, yeah. I'll repeat again. It's okay. Vito, I'm here. So La Nina, in what way it is good for India? Suppose this is Australia, na? And this is Peru. And we have here Mascarene High. Mascarene High do ya say. And we have here India. During summer, this is low pressure zone. Okay? Pressure zone ni puchibuli lage. Aro pressure zone do hotai high pressure bra low pressure tak air do na wind do na hotai high pressure bra low pressure tak jai rake. So what happens is in the Australian, this is the Pacific Ocean, right? Ito Pacific Ocean as well. And this is the Indian Ocean. So here, La Nina, right? Your question was La Nina na Vito. So La Nina di kyo hai? La Nina di, this becomes warm. This side of the Pacific Ocean, western side of the Pacific Ocean, Australia Australia, this becomes warm. Pero laga if this is warm, this will be cold. So warm implying that there is rising of air. Rising of air, when it rises from warm pressure zone, iniga split riwa. So this air will come and sink in Mascarene High during La Nina, right? And this air will sink here. This is very high pressure zone. High pressure bra aruwi iniga jaudo. Low pressure zone. So when this is sinking, this will further go here. And what wind is already blowing? Southwest monsoon though already is blowing here though. So this will further, this wind that is coming here and going here, it will give boost to the southwest monsoon and making it stronger. And if the southwest monsoon winds are stronger, it will imply that there will be more rainfall as well. In that way, La Nina is good for India.
okay, sir. Thank you so
You
much.
got it, Pakka?
Pakka,
Chalo,
not
chalo.
kacha.
Chalo, perfect. Yes, El Nino Motoki is simply this. See, why not briefly? I'll explain it. Kuchese. Oh, see, El Nino Motoki na. What happens is when you're talking about El Nino, ito'y buchibe. Australian side to it will be warm. Australian side to during El Nino is cold, right? And because Australian side is cold, there is no rainfall there, and because of this. And because of this, Indian monsoon is also affected. El Nino Motokidi, what happens is the central part of the Pacific Ocean. See, central part of the Pacific Ocean during El Nino Motoki is warm. Okay, and this is the reason why it is bad for Indian monsoon. The central part of the Pacific Ocean during La Nina Motoki is cold, and so the other sides, like on the left and the right, it will be warm. So if the Australian side is warm, it is good for India. If the Australian side is cold, it is bad for India. Do we get this?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, sir.
All right. Most welcome. How does El Nino affect global weather? Can it be done to mitigate the effects? No, this is a global phenomena. Climate change is affecting it, no doubt, but this is a phenomena. Even scientists are not yet able to understand why the southeast trade winds are becoming weaker during an El Nino condition. And El Nino is caused by weakening of the southeast trade winds. Scientists do not have an answer to this. And how can we have an answer? And how can this global phenomena be mitigated by us? Only mitigation measures that we can take is preparedness, right? How can we predict this weather phenomena? How can we better prepare to face the eventualities? All of these things are things we should look into and deal with, not about mitigating this. Or if so, we can mitigate it, like we can reduce the effects of global warming. So all La Nina effects are good for India, right? There is no all La Nina. There's only La Nina and there is El Nino. There is no all La Nina. Only La Nina is there. And La Nina, La Nina, what is La Nina? You mean to say La Nina, right? Yes, La Nina is good for India. But if there is La Nina, but if there is a negative Indian Ocean dipole, it will not be good for India at all. There will be neutral conditions only. Did you ask the question and you left the meeting? So I guess, are you clear?
Yes, sir. Clear.
Chalo,
sir.
chalo, chalo. All right, good night, everyone. I'll see you next week, okay?
Good night, sir.
Good night, Vito. Good night, everybody.
And also to all my lovely ladies. Good
Beautiful
night.
girls, right? Lovely ladies.
Yes.
Chalo. Okay, good night. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. You have a good night.
Yeah, you're welcome. Everything. Privacy. Good night.